Here is the week 3 recap. So, break even week, no wins, no real losses. Added £20 to the account, which is absolutely nothing. Made a couple of really bad mistakes where I should have actually made probably at least 3R this week onto my account gains. But I'm going to take you through why I didn't and why I still have not made money yet. So I'm going to take you through the 5 trades that I am in or was in and the current results of those trades. So starting with AUD CAD long, this was a pretty simple trade that worked out. I set a entry at support, had a nice bounce off it. My price action, I had accounted for a second entry a little bit further down that wasn't needed. So I added 7% of my account for this trade, risking a total of 9% if it had dropped into that further entry point on the account. Just before we start this, so this is what it looks like here in terms of the account balance. We've got £945 from 1,000, so absolutely startling, as you can see. This is the life of someone who is getting into this around a full-time job and recording videos at 6 a.m. because it's the only time of the week that I can do it. So yeah, that was number 1 in terms of trades, which I would say was actually quite a successful entry, and I was in and out within a day, which was nice. Second, Euro AUD long. So this was a stinker, by the way. I planned for an entry because of the price action. I thought price will go up here, and I'd set I was actually looking at this bit of price action here. So I'd set my exit point just below this point. But if I'd have just looked left, that probably would have told me all I needed to know. I got stopped out in the most painful way possible that I swear I had told myself multiple times I wouldn't let myself happen. I don't know why I didn't use a similar risk structure as my other trade, but I basically prevented myself from winning at least 2.6R on this. Because normally what I do is when I get an entry, I keep the same risk reward and I drop my first position profit take to that. So what would have happened is I would have triggered re-entry for a second position, and then this big candle shot up, and that would have been all she wrote. I would have been flying into the profit land, but I'm not, because I'm shit at trading at the minute. And hence why that's not moving very much. So here's the breakdown. So we've got AUD bounced at support for a nice 1R profit. We've got Euro AUD long, which was the stinker. It bounced at resistance like a boss, just at the wrong resistance that I didn't account for. So my stop loss was too tight. There was no additional buy-in, and I missed out on some serious cash for that one. So that was Euro AUD. Euro USD. What are we saying here? So this one for me, again, I'm not overly happy with the price structure because I think there's a big opportunity for it to drop. I've only entered one position, risking 7%. And because of the way that the price action has fallen through the week, I am currently moved my profit target to a break even. So if we get a bit of a bounce back, I will exit this for no loss. And I'm hoping that's what's going to happen rather than it just shooting down to the stop. I could exit here for about 20 quid loss, but I'm trying to really limit the losses and maximize the wins, especially because I'm doing this around full-time work. So move to take profit to break even due to the price moving downside. Hopefully get a bounce back up so I can get out of it at risk free. I may enter at the next support, but I'll reevaluate that as and when it comes. Next one, bit of hope, maybe not. USD CHF, I went short, so I entered at a 1.9R risk structure. I've put 20% risk on this trade because I was confident that there was plenty of opportunity for price action to break back down to the downside And currently, I believe that my entry has been triggered, so I'm waiting for that to hit profit land. But we will see. We'll see how that goes, shall we? But yeah, you can see here plan for the second position, which has been triggered. Potential 2.4R trade if it pulls off, and the if it pulls off is really the key for this one here. Finally, bouncing at support, moving into profit is our last trade of the week. AUD USD long. We've got an immediate bounce off the resistance. We're currently halfway to the profit target. I think this is about a 1.5R from memory. I've accounted for an additional buy. However, I think that as you can see here, what I've done is move the stop to break even. If we drop back down, I'll just get out of the trade because we are in a downtrend. I think if it's going to come up, it's likely to hit this point. If it doesn't, it's probably just going to keep dropping. So I'm going to get out of that and then re-enter a trade further down at the next kind of support zone with a similar risk structure. Again, just to minimize losses and to try and find that nice bounce back into profit. And what I will do is what I always do is go through the week and see what the next opportunities are. But pretty pathetic. I made some bad mistakes, as you can see there. That second trade I showed you, this is the one that really kills me because that's just amateur hour. Like, you cannot be doing that seriously and expect to be taking profit over long-term periods. So that was pretty shite, if I do say so myself. But this is what happens. So next week's focus for me is be more selective with trade selection. I think there was a couple where actually, if I'd have just taken a little bit more time, I probably wouldn't have entered where I did. That being a key example because of that, or not entered, but certainly accounted for an additional entry, which I didn't do. And I remember just entering like 4 trades in about half an hour one day from work. So probably don't do that this week. Spend a little bit more time. And that's about it. So week 4 next week, I'll do a monthly review to see where we're at